Now, as students have headed back to university, more parents than ever are reporting tracking their adult children.
Well, countless apps and safety features on your phones, and that will allow you to keep tabs on them. But at what point does caution run into being a controlling parent?
Well, to debate this morning, if parents should track their kids, we're joined by presenter and commentator Danielle Mason, as well as the inclusion consultant Kirsty Nicole Hadley. I want to start with you, first of all, Danielle. You're in favour of this because, and I suppose a lot of people might say, actually, their kids are also in favour of this. It's like, you know, it's a mutually sort of agreed thing that we kind of keep an eye on each other. It's a loving thing to do.
Well, I think you need to sit down and have this conversation with your children. You know, get some trust boundaries in place. They can have a tracker on you, you can have a tracker on them. It is really for a safety precaution because, as we know, crime rates and rape rates and things like that, they've all gone up. And it's not so much the fact of sitting there watching your child all the time in what they're doing. I know it's their adult life, but it's more the fact that if there was an emergency or something like that, you know exactly where they are. It saves time with the, you know, if you had to call the police out, it would save time with the police because you'd know where they are straight away.
But no, your children are Rudy and Delilah, and they're how old?
At the moment, they're 13 and 11, and I have a 360 app on their phone, but my son does like to turn it off. So, you know...
But OK, at 11 and 13, but think if they're 18 and 20 or so on that, you're not going to be doing it then, surely?
Well, if I'm paying their bill, which if they're going to university, like the thing that I've been... If I'm paying their bill, then I think it's fair that I have a tracker on it because it's my piece of equipment. Not only that, but if they're going to uni or something like that, I'm not saying I'm going to sit there and track their app all the time, but if they was to go on a date or something like that, I mean, I'm not going to be a nosy mum peering up the window going, hello. Like, it is literally...
You swear?
Yeah, I swear. It is literally just to know where they are in case of an emergency.
So you see it solely as caring. Let's bring in Kirsty Nicole Hadley, who presumably you think that this is controlling.
It's not that I think it's controlling. I just think that, first of all, I think that kids do as we do, not as we say. So I'm not sure that it's modelling like a healthy version of relationships for the future. And I think especially when we're raising young men, the last thing the world needs is like another man-child, as women all over the world will attest to. So teaching our kids how to maintain and respect healthy boundaries, how to respect consent, whilst also giving them freedom to make mistakes and autonomy and privacy as well. And I think for me, the biggest goal in parenting is to have open lines of communication. So I would want my child to be able to come to me with problems and come to me if there's an issue. And I also think that we live in a world where surveillance is everywhere already. You know, like there's CCTV all over the place, phones are tracked full stop anyway, credit card transactions, your travel, like it's pretty hard to disappear nowadays.
Yes, but Kirsty, I mean, I always take the view, if you've got nothing to hide, what's the problem? Like, I don't mind if my family want to track me. I'm not doing anything that other than I would just want to know that someone knows that I'm safe.
I don't know that's going to change. That could change.
I know, I'm not going to do anything that's going to be secretive.
That doesn't matter, some frisky old man could be whipping you
well,
off
that's
somewhere.
Exactly what I want my family to be aware of. They can protect me from it.
I do get that, and I do think it's a personal choice, but I really think that for me, you know, and as you guys know, maybe some viewers don't know, but I work in the field of inclusion, so it's autistic and ADHD brains that I work with a lot, and as part of that, mental health, anxiety, and I think that for me, it's really important to equip our kids with the confidence and the ability to make mistakes, but also to make good choices on their own.
Well, let's get Danielle back into this debate, because you were just saying in the break, but what about that kid Jay who disappeared in Tenerife? He was a boy, you know, wouldn't it have been nice for his mum if they could have known where he was? Yeah,
I mean, it would have saved a lot of police resources and possibly saved his life, because the girl would have known where he was, so they could have gone straight there. But not only that, for me, obviously you were touching on the base of autism and ADHD. I myself, I've got an autistic child, but for me that would be more of a reason for me to want to have the tracker on the phone, because he could say something silly when he's out or something like that and upset somebody. But I understand that you want to give kids their freedom. They've got their freedom. I'm not tracking their messages. I'm not tracking their calls. I'm not interested in that. It is just literally for emergencies. You know, if someone ended up in a ditch or something like that, then I know where they are.
But you could see the temptation, couldn't you, to be a nag and be like, darling, why are you coming home at 4 a.m? You need to pull your finger out, start doing some work. And I have to say, Kirsty, you are right. We don't need any more grown-up man children.
You can track speeding as well, by the way.
Oh, stop!
You can track what?
Don't know why you're looking at me.
If your kids are speeding.
Can you?
Yes.
Oh, you see,
that is good.
I'm trying to track my suitcase
No,
at the minute.
You'll have no luck with that.
No, and I can't even find the app that's on it here.
What's it called?
I don't know what it's called.
AirTag or...
But it was... Well,
Vinted, not that one.
I don't know where it is. Anyway, but when it does work, when it's there, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Be able to put your baggage on the plane.
AirTag on your pet. Would you do that, Kirsty, or they got?
Yes.
You know, they got to have their freedom protected. I don't want to draw the line.
I'd rather track my pet than any of my children.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think probably most people.
I would literally track everything but my child.
Yeah, fair enough. OK, well, there's plenty for people to let us know what they think about this morning on that. Most people probably fall... I don't know which camp most people will fall into. We've got a divided opinion here. I'm fine with it. I'm all for it.
Weird. It's fine if it's children. It's little goo-goo gaga.
They'll always
children.
be my children.
About 21-year-olds.
They'll always be my babies.
I think you'll find out at 15, 16, 17 they'll not be your babies, but that's a whole other thing. You could be like Danielle here and force this relationship. There will be a relationship between us. I will know what's going on with you here and now. Well, I hope whatever they stay safe anyway.
Yeah,
thank you very much indeed. Lovely talking to you, Nicole. Lovely talking to you, Danielle, as well. Thank you.
Just think how many tracking
devices... Where are
devices...
they at the moment, incidentally, while you're in here?
Well, one, I left in bed.
Have a look. Have a look.
Just as I was walking out the door at 5 o'clock this morning, Mum, my PE kit. I said, why didn't you tell me? So I left her in bed. She's off to school, and my dad is taking my other child off.
No.
And will he get the PE kit, will he?
Well, someone's going to have to.
Somebody's going to have to. OK.
Just imagine how many tracking devices you could buy with £36,000. That is £3,000 a month, tax-free for a whole year.
You could be the next Great British Giveaway winner with a whopping £36,000 in tax-free cash in your bank account. Imagine getting the winning phone call for that. Luck.
The votes are in, and I think people are on my side, Eamonn. I'm 78. My daughter tags me. I think it's a great idea. Thank you, Rita. Lisa says, I used to track my mum when she'd go on dates, as she was in her late 60s at the time. There was a time when she didn't answer any texts or calls that I went and found her to make sure she was OK. Needless to say, that date didn't go very well.
So this is children tracking their parents?
Yeah. So, you know, adults tracking other adults. Lots of loving reasons behind this.
World is full of weirdos. Anyway, there we go. Will we take a break?
Let's take a break, but basically everyone agrees with me. Paul Coyte will be here. He also agrees with me, incidentally, with all the sport after this great break.